voice and stood up for their rights, their employers have retaliated against them. It's amazing, with airline profits soaring, this airport has to be an economic engine for the entire city of Chicago. We have thousands of workers who work here and they work in poverty. Their wages are stolen, they're disrespected, their hours are not compensated, and they're just hard-working people trying to take care of their families. Nearly 2 weeks ago, hundreds of workers voted to strike. We made that announcement, and the workers decided not to strike before Thanksgiving. They didn't want to upset other workers' ability to see their families. But today, hundreds of them, starting last night, have gone out and strike. They voted overwhelmingly, and their demands are simple. They want $15 an hour, they want an end to the retaliation, and they want a union. These workers will do whatever it takes to get justice. They did not design to shut the airport down today with this strike. The strike was designed to raise their voice so all could hear their concerns, and the powers to be can start to deal with what's right and take care of these workers in the way they should be taken care of. When adults get up every day and go to work, they should be able to support their families. We have seen over and over again when workers speak up, employers retaliate. It's time for the city of Chicago, the Department of Aviation, to protect and listen to these workers, to bring the airlines to the table, to have a talk about how these workers can have the rights that they deserve and the wages that they deserve. It doesn't have to be the way that it is, brothers and sisters. There's airports all over the country who are figuring out how to pay workers living wages, how to give them decent benefits, and give them rights as a union. SCIU Local 1 is proud to stand with the workers of O'Hare, and we're very pleased to have many political leaders here with us today. We're proud of the support we have from electeds. Alderman Sue Sadlowski Garza, the chair of the Chicago Latino Caucus, Alderman George Cardenas, the chair of the Chicago City Council Progressive Caucus, Alderman Scott Wagensback, Alderman Carlos Ramirez Rosa is here today, Alderman Anthony Napolitano, Alderman Amir Pawar is here with us, Alderman Joe Moreno, Alderman Rick Munoz, Alderman Roberto Maldonado, Alderman Aurelio Raboyas, Alderman Gilbert Vegas, Alderman Emma Bitts, Alderman Nick Spasano, all is here with us. And Cook County Board and Review Commissioner Michael Carbonargi. We thank all these political leaders for being here to support us. But we also want to thank all the community allies who are standing with the O'Hare workers today. Our sister locals at SCIU, SCIU HACII, SCIU Local 73. The fight for 15 is here today. Chicago Jobs with Justice. The Illinois Coalition for Immigrant and Refugee Rights. One North Side, Chicago Coalition for the Homeless. The Unitarian Universalist Activist Network of Illinois. The Northeastern Illinois Chapter of University Professionals. And CWA Flight Counter Attendants are here today. And we want to thank all the faith leaders. The Reverend Jones has been with us throughout this struggle. We have Reverend Tom Mulkey here with us today, and Reverend Marlon Branch and Reverend Ben Adams. We thank them all, and we thank everybody here who support us. I now want to introduce some of the workers who've been struggling, some of the brave workers who are not afraid to stand up. Today we have Keisha Rivera with us. She works for Scrub and is a cabin cleaner.
I'm here to let you know that it's a right to strike. It is your legal right. It is your civil right. You cannot let anybody put you down just to do a job that they would not do themselves.
That's right.
I came to Chicago, and out of all places that I wanted to work in, It was an airport, Chicago Airport, the biggest place I could work in and make a good living without having to depend on the system. Guess what? I do depend on the system with a good job, a so-called good job. Why a so-called good job? It only pays $10.50 an hour. Your overtime is not actually paid. They keep your overtime. I know firsthand of many employees, co-workers, that have to live and sleep and eat from cabins because they cannot make it. Because they have family who they need to feed. But nobody knows that out there unless someone from our industry comes out and speaks it out. Nobody knows until someone speaks out, and that person is me. I will speak up for every single worker in O'Hare. I am not here only for me. I am here for all my co-workers that are in need. That's right. That deserve respect. That do not need to be treated like the garbage they pick up from those cabins. That's right, sister. It is not fair for anybody to have to live under minimum wage, such poorly paid in a secured area like O'Hare Airport, where you have to go through security clearance for everything. That means if they can pay for that, they can pay for a good worker. A good worker will work very hard. We're not even well paid and we still work hard. We wake up every morning. We work 2 jobs if we have to sustain our family. Why do we need 2 jobs when we're supposed to be well paid in a place like O'Hare Airport? It don't matter what company subcontracted United Airport or O'Hare Airport or whoever subcontracted any other company. We are still workers and we work hard for our money. We're not asking for special treatment. We are asking for decent treatment. We're asking for decent wages. We're asking, no, we're not asking. We're demanding respect. That's right. We're tired of asking. We are tired of being pushed around, treated like animals at the end of a whip. We are human beings, we are not animals. That's right. Only because we are immigrants, migrated from other countries, and they think they can't scare us. And I say us because even though I am an American, they try scaring me. I am not afraid. And I know everyone here is not afraid anymore. All right. We will not stop until we are rightfully paid for our job. We will do anything and everything we have to do, even if we have to stand here day after day after day. So we will be respected, and we will be heard. All right. So, with this said, Mary Emanuel, I hope you're listening. Ginger Evans, I do hope you're listening. United and American Airlines, we know we do right by, you will do right by us. We are sick of taking and talking. It's okay. We are sick of being retaliated against. That's right. We are ready to take action and we have demonstrated it. We are on strike and we will do it as long as necessary. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Keisha. And now I'd like to have the Alderman who oversees O'Hare, Alderman Anthony Napolitano.
Good afternoon. I'm Alderman Anthony Napolitano, representing the 41st Ward. I'd like to say that as a representative of the 41st Ward, there's a lot of members, a lot of residents that are actually live here in the 41st Ward standing out here today. And I'm proud to stand here with them in a fight for 15. One thing that kind of gets me mad is I don't think it should be considered a fight for 15. It was worked for 15. These are the components of O'Hare that make it function. At the city, state, and federal level, every time you talk about this airport, you tout it as an economic engine. Well, an engine does not function without all its components. And these are the components that help it function. I'll stand with them as a union member for the last 16 years for 15, which is an honest and fair wage, as well as the right for them to unionize. I'd like to end it with this. My children are all 3 members of CPS schools, and they wear a shirt to school that says stand up, speak up, anti-bullying. Well, right now, everyone here standing up and speaking up will not be bullied anymore. You need to listen to these people in order for this economic engine to function properly. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Alderman. Brothers and sisters, it's my real pleasure to have the leader of SCIU National Union, a leader who's had the strength to push out and to say, we're not going backwards, we're going ahead. The working people deserve a fair wage, but we need to build a bigger movement, the movement for 15. A leader who's already changed the lives of millions of workers in her fight for 15. It's our pleasure to have our leader with us today, President Mary Kay Henry.
Across the United States today. The economy is broken for working people, and enough is enough. We can do better. I am so proud to stand with the president of Local 1, Tom Balinoff, and the fearless airport workers who have the guts to strike today, and the fearless fast food workers who struck at 6 a.m. today. This movement is growing. Ever since 4 years ago, when workers demanded 15 in a union, people said it was crazy, and now it is a standard around which 64 million people are demanding 15 in a union across the service and care sector. Once and for all. Thank you so much to the fearlessness and courage of these workers. We're going to stay in the streets until everybody wins 15 in the union.
Thank you very much, President Henry. I'd now like to bring up a brave sister who's been in this fight from the beginning. She works for Prospect. She's a wheelchair attendant. Please welcome Olivia Pack. Here we go, Olivia.
Good afternoon. My name is Olivia Peck, and I work at Prospect at O'Hare International Airport. I've worked at the airport for over 3 years now. Over the past year, O'Hare airport workers like me have been building a movement for 15 and union rights. And now, we're on strike after our employers retaliated against us for coming together for 15 and union rights. While airlines are raking in billions, the working people who keep the airport running can barely make ends meet. And every day, workers face serious problems at O'Hare. We've brought to light rampant wage theft across the airport, as well as hazardous and unsafe job conditions. I've had my wages stolen. I've been injured on the job. It's unacceptable. A world-class airport should treat its workers with respect and protect our rights. Hundreds of us are out here fighting for those rights. A world-class airport should pay its workers a living wage so it can be an economic engine for our entire city. But so far the airport has failed to listen to us. And the city has failed to protect us when employers retaliate against us. The results of this vote show we're ready to take matters into our own hands. We can't rely on our employers. We definitely can't rely on the city to protect us. We can only rely on ourselves. And we're ready to do whatever it takes to win. including going on strike. Thank you.
Thank you, Olivia. Brothers and sisters, I'm also glad today that we got the Transport Workers Union Local 571 here. Well, here are airport workers, joint workers throughout the country, demanding living wages. We're very happy today to have with us an activist in the fight for 15 fast food workers struggle. Please welcome Aisha Meadows McLaurin.
Hi, my name is Aisha Meadows McLaurin. I work at Burger King. I'm currently making $10.50 an hour. I joined 5 for 15. I joined 5 for 15 because $10.50 is not enough to raise my family. I'm currently in school, doing hella stuff, just trying to actually take care of my family and raise them on $10.50. That's why I joined 5 for 15. I'm striking because making $10.50 is not enough. I'm glad to be standing here with SEIU and local striker workers. Just like airport workers, fast food workers are working for greedy companies, CEOs struggling to make ends meet, suffering from injuries on a job, and experience wage theft, lack of affordable health care. Our jobs are very important to us, tremendously necessary. We serve billions of customers every day and dealing with harassment, which we shouldn't have to. Just like airport workers, clean planes, transport baggage, and help travelers each and every day. I came from a troubled past, so I wanted to go down a narrow street. So working as a fast food worker, I thought it was the easy way. But technically it's not, because after everything I've been through, I'm still dealing with everything. I'm still struggling. I'm a college student, got hella bills, everything that I'm going through, I'm struggling every day. So we're taking a stand. We're using our voices and making sure we're heard. We refuse to be silent.
Thank you very much, sister. Now, brothers and sisters, I'd like to welcome up another strong supporter, Alderman Emil Pilar.
Hey, Leah. Listen, let's push Ariel.
Good afternoon. My name is Emil Pilar and I represent the 47th Ward. I'm proud to stand here in solidarity with my colleagues, SEIU, community organizations, and most importantly, workers here at O'Hare Airport. I just want to say very quickly, the folks standing behind me are our neighbors, they're your friends, they're our family. And the idea that we keep talking about in this country is that a job is supposed to create opportunity. But when a job simply subsidizes poverty and profits, that's no job at all. And there is no opportunity in that. So here's my ask. The airlines, it's no longer enough to look the other way with your contractors. Come to the table. Talk to SEIU. Talk to the elected leaders. Talk to the mayor's office. It is time to put the politics aside. It's time for $15 an hour, and the best way to do this is through a union. A union will demand equity, a union will demand rights, and most importantly, will create real opportunity for workers in Chicago. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Alderman. We greatly appreciate your support. We'd now like to call up Alderman Scott Wagensback, the chair of the Progressive Caucus.
Thanks, Tom. Alderman Scott Wagensback, 32nd Ward. When you come through these gates, what do you hear? Habari Gani, Buenos Dias, Salam Alaikum. These are the voices of a global city. And Chicago wants to be a global city, but we cannot be until we have a government and contractors and airlines and elected officials working together to make sure that people are paid fair wages and that people are respected and that people, when they work here, work and live and work in conditions that are acceptable to a global population. When people come through this airport, they see a shiny train, they see shiny new terminals, they see shiny new floors. What they don't see is the wage theft, the minimum wage violations, and those poor working conditions that these workers have to go through every single day. If anybody out there had wage theft, the first thing they would do is go get a lawyer, and they would go fight for those wages. And that's what these people are doing today. Today is a fight for 15, it's a fight with respect, and it's a fight around this country to push back against the poor working conditions and the fight that these people have to continue with. I'm here today with fellow aldermen from all of our caucuses across the city council. And we're going to step up, we're going to make sure that we fight for these folks. This is a great day, and I'm glad everybody's here fighting with us. Let's keep up the pressure. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Alderman. We're very pleased today to have with us a national leader of SEIU's Property Service Division, one of the founding leaders of the Justice for Janitors movement, our sister Valerie Long. Please welcome International Vice President of SEIU.
Thank you, Tom. Well, it's great to be here. You know, my plane was a little delayed. I think I now know why. You know, it's a shame in an industry where the major airlines make $25.6 billion in profits that workers have to fight this hard to get 15 in a union.
Right.
There are about 42% of these workers, according to a survey I just read, at major airports, the top 30, that make poverty wages, that work below the poverty line. These are, as the alderman said earlier, these are our children, these are our sisters, our brothers, people that are supporting families. In America, we should not have to work so hard to be able to raise a family, retire with dignity, and make a decent living. Do you hear me? Is that true?
Absolutely right.
I am proud to stand with every one of these workers, not just at O'Hare, but all over the country, and yes, Tom, all over the globe. There are workers that are supporting this fight in Sao Paulo, Brazil, in Germany, in Switzerland, in Sweden. I know that because they text me pictures of the support. This is a movement, Fight for 15. We stand in solidarity with fast food workers. We stand in solidarity with other airport workers across the United States and around the world. And thank you very much for the support, and let's keep up the fight.
All right. Thank you very much, Valerie. We're very pleased to have the CWA Passenger Service workers here today, a leader of their union. Please welcome Sister Marie Gage.
Thank you. I'm a passenger service agent for Envoy Air, which is the regional carrier, you might know them as American Eagle. We have about 800 employees here at O'Hare. Regional airlines transport millions of passengers every day all across the nation. We just voted in our union. We're currently negotiating our first contract with the CWA. And most of my coworkers make the city of Chicago minimum wage of $10.50 an hour. That's approximately half of what the mainline workers make for the same exact work. We often are working 60 hours a week with no overtime pay for those extra hours. And many of my coworkers are on public assistance just in order to be able to support their families. Despite working full-time jobs, working for a successful and profitable company, we're not seeing the share of the wealth here. We're under constant and continuous pressure for on-time performance. Our jobs are physically demanding and stressful. We're very proud to help passengers get on their way, on their journey safely and securely. We're willing to keep fighting for good jobs here in Chicago at the airport. With Envoy Air, we want to keep those employees here. And we're excited to join with our other airline workers and anyone who works here in the airport in all the positions they have. We are in this fight with them. We all deserve a living wage, $15 an hour, and we're not going to stop until we reach that goal.
All right. Thank you very much, sister. And finally, someone who's been with us in this struggle from almost the beginning. We're very pleased to have the chair of the Latino Caucus, Alderman Ramirez.
Thank you, thank you. I'm proud to be here with you, workers of airport, SAU Local 1, SEIU Local 73, Local 571. This first-class airport cannot have third-class treatment of its workers. We will not stand for that. Something is broken.
the contract of social responsibility by big corporations, especially these airlines in this city. Setting a bad example. You know, my father used to work here at this airport many, many years ago, and he was hired directly by the airlines. The airlines found a loophole, giving a contract to middle companies, intermediaries, so they can hire and pay minimum wage to many of the workers that work here in this airport. So now they're making and reaping profits. In Wall Street, greed may be good, but not in this city. Not in this city. When we treat our workers right, we will stand by our workers. Those are our values. And those values of the airlines and the values of these companies that do not share the same as we do will be banned from working and doing business with this city. It's about time we put a stop to this injustice in treatment of his workers and treatment of his people in this city. That's the message that I'm bringing to you from the City Council, from my colleagues and everyone else involved in this fight. I join you in this fight, and you're right, you're going to win this fight.
All right, thank you very much. So, the media, I want you to walk through this crowd. You see who the strikers are. This is Chicago. This is a diverse group of workers. They're from just about every neighborhood in this city. They make this airport work. They keep our neighborhood strong. Let's help keep their families strong and make this city better. Let's pay people a living wage so we can take care of their families and create opportunities for their children. We're here today. Hundreds of workers have struck. They're not going back to work today. Tomorrow they'll be back and they'll be making this airport run the way it should. But I'm putting warning to all the employers and all the leaders who oversee this airport and the airlines. We're not going away. That's right. The resolve of these workers is strong. Local 1 SCIU is standing with them 100%. Next time we have to strike, we will shut down this airport. It's time to sit down and talk. It's time to treat people fairly. It's time to pay people a living wage. It's time that we have the same opportunities for our children that the 1% do. Brothers and sisters, we are going to win this fight. Because we're strong, because we're united, we have great political support, we have the community supporting us, and we obviously have someone else on our side. You see what a beautiful day it is today. So brothers and sisters, we're going to stand strong. We ask the airlines, the contractors, sit down at the table. Let's get this resolved, or else there'll be more disruption at the airport. Thank you very much for coming out, everybody.